Hello, all my yarn lovers and fiber artists. Yes, we have to interrupt our previously scheduled video for an emergency yarn sale. So, first of all, where's our yarn sale from? Well, thanks for asking. It's from Lion Brand. Okay, now first of all, Lion Brand did not sponsor this video. They didn't send me free yarn to make this video. They are not responsible for the content of this video, and I don't even have an affiliate link. Okay, so I am recording this video on Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, and guess what? This is a flash sale. Okay, it's a 48-hour sale. It's literally gonna be good when I post this. You'll have about 33 hours to shop. Okay, you'll have all day Thursday the 30th, and the sale ends. You gotta watch the end time of the sale, because most of us, when we shop sales, they're good through 11:59 that night, right? Not this one. This sale ends at 9 a.m. It's literally a 48-hour sale on the 31st. So this is my dilemma that's been there for a long time. Should I make videos on flash sales? Because is it worth my time to go through my yarn stash, right? Dig through the yarn. Do you guys want to know? Are they useful to you? I know a lot of you, like, people work, they're busy, right? Like, you're like, by the time I get home, I'm not going through my email. I got like an hour or two to unwind, to stitch in the evening, right? And you might want a little yarn company. You might put on the YouTube someone to hang out with, and so you might see a yarn sale that you might miss if you don't check your email at home. Right? If you've worked 12 hours, I've been there. You're like, I ain't got time for that right now. So I'm gonna do this kind of as a test to kind of figure out. See, my video for today already posted, my Whip Wednesday video. Otherwise, I would post the video for today. So that's what I talk about. I'm playing with the time on my video. So I definitely want to hear from you. What do you want flash sale videos or not? Because if you wonder where I get all my yarn for really good deals, I hit up those flash sales. Okay, I love a 30% off flash sale. So that's what this is. A lot of this stuff 35% off. So the first yarn, right, there's a whole bunch more yarns on sale that I don't have in the house. We can look at them briefly though. The cover story, a lot of their bulky yarns, if you like the bulky and the super bulky yarns. That cover story, I don't have that in the house right now. It's on sale. But let's look at this first. This is the mandala. This is just the regular old mandala. These are big cakes. They're big gradient cakes. This is beautiful. This is in the color Wood Nymph. Now, first of all, this is your standard gradient cake, right? So it's a number 3 DK weight yarn. I think this is it's a 100% acrylic, okay? It's machine wash and dryable. And these cakes are over 500 yards. So they definitely are good for blankets, especially like the big square blankets where you start in the center, right? And you work your way out. I haven't made any yet, but I've seen people make the blankets. I've heard about them. They are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's pull out a strand. If I can, I don't know if I can find the center on this one to pull out a strand for y'all or not, but we can nonetheless look at a strand. So as a number 3, look at the size of the strands on that. I think it's a nice number 3. I would call that a solid number 3 DK. I would probably use an H because it's a nice thick DK. If I was making like a open blanket or a shawl, these gradient cakes make gorgeous shawls too, like the big Rowana type vest, absolutely gorgeous with these gradient cakes. So if you want those nice and light and open, I would probably use up to an H, right? Up to that 8H, that 5mm crochet hook with this. This happens to be like kind of creams and fuchsias and purples. I talk about it a lot. By the way, if you are new to my channel, hi, my name's May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies, and I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, and completely colorblind. So I mostly knit and crochet by feel. And I use a screen reader, and you're gonna hear it today when we look at this site, okay? When we look at the Lion Brand website, you're gonna hear my screen reader. So my phone does talk to me, right? That's the voice inside of it.
System
Okay, so there's a lot of colors of these gradient cakes, and if you are colorblind like myself, Lion Brand also does put color descriptions on their yarns, and that makes all the difference for somebody who's colorblind, right? As myself, um, it's challenging to shop for yarns, and so let's see if I can find this one on the sale or not. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can find this back right now, but it is on the sale, okay? The sale that we're shopping is the get up to 35% off select yarns and kits. Now, there's not a lot of yarns on the sale, but there's a lot of kits. Now, I'm not going to go through the kits. I don't have them all, and there's just a ton of kits available, okay? But if you select these yarns that are on sale today and you look for the patterns, you can find a bunch of the kits that are made with it, too. So that's kind of cool. So let's see if I can ever find this mandala back or not. I don't know. What's my phone doing? No, I don't want to close it. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Get never miss a stitch.
Okay.
0% progress bar.
So let's look at the mandala cakes. And the neat thing about these is if you go over to like Juan the Yarn Addict, by the way, he's got a YouTube channel. He does a lot of sorry, oh my goodness. Okay, so he does a lot of blankets, right? Because he does the Boggy Creek blankets over there. And so he does a lot of like the square blankets, the Nana June blankets, his Timber Trails blankets. He writes and designs a lot of patterns that start in the center, like the Granny Square style blankets. He's got a bunch of free YouTube tutorials for those Boggy Creek blankets. And these mandalas make beautiful Boggy Creek blankets. And it is acrylic, and this is machine wash and dryable yarn, okay? And so this is a great yarn for the Boggy Creek blankets that he's got over there. So you can go to his YouTube channel, get some free tutorials on different donation blankets or blankets for yourself or your family, and use these mandala cakes, okay? So these are $5.84 right now for over 500 yards of yarn. I mean, these are 35% off. So that's what I love flash sales. When you can get, 500 yards of yarn for $5.84, that's a good deal. And there's a bunch of colors on here. So I only have the Wood Nymph color. But if you look at it, right, Wood Nymph is the very first color. Fuchsia, purple, cream, lavender, lilac, right? So it's going to describe all of that to us. So if we check out another one, Chimera is going to tell us that that sounds kind of pretty too, right? I mean, that sounds kind of gorgeous. So they'll give you a really good color description on here. We can look at the color palette, look at all the different stripes and colors that you'll hold that up nice and close for you, okay? So if I was going to crochet with this and do one of these wand blankets, I would probably use like a 8H 5mm crochet hook. If I was going to knit with it, I would probably use probably a US 6-7 knitting needle, so a 4 to 4.5mm knitting needle on this to make a beautiful blanket. But I think this is just such a good sale, okay? I love flash sales, so that's a really, really nice option. Oh, I think, let's see, on the label even, there is a little swatch. So that's what that's going to look like worked up for you. So that's beautiful, and that's a good deal. And this is 35% off until 9 a.m. on the 31st. excellent, excellent deal. So the next yarn, let's see, let's see, what else is on sale for 35% off? Let's look at the Vanish Choice. Vanish Choice is another, it's a, well, the other thing what's about the mandalas is just be careful with the mandalas because there's a lot, Lion Brand has a lot of mandalas, okay? They got the mandala that we're looking at, that's the number 3 DK weight yarn. Then they've got mandala gradient cakes, which are, like number 4. And they got the mandala impressions, which I think is a number 5 or a, bulky. So keep that. I think they have a mandala string, which might be like a 1 or a 2. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for mandalas at Lion Brand. They're not all the same weight, right? You got 3s, you got 4s. So that may or may not make them interchangeable for your pattern. If it's a blanket, like what I was talking about, the blankets that want the yarn at it, guess what? You could definitely use it. You would just want to choose an appropriate hook, right? And then you'd have to do more rounds. So say you were doing one of his patterns that he did with a number 4 mandala on like a 6 or a 6.5 millimeter hook. Well, you could still do that with the mandala number 3 on a 5 millimeter hook, okay? But you would just need to do more rounds to get the larger size blanket, okay? So that's something to keep in mind with the mandalas, is that they're not all the same yard weight. There's some 3s, there's some 4s, there's some 5s, there's some thinner. So blankets and shawls, like a shawl, you could still probably do it, but you'd have to check your yardage, right? And you might have to, again, make it larger, adapt the pattern. But at the same time, there's going to be some patterns that are not going to be interchangeable because your gauge or your stitches per inch are going to change, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're shopping for the mandalas over at Lion Brand. Okay, another yarn that I want to talk about that's on sale is the Vanish Choice. It's a number 4, 100% acrylic yarn. Look at the size of the strands. I would say that this is a solid number 4 weight yarn. In fact, I think it's kind of a big 4. I think this is a heavy number 4, right, in my opinion. It's 100% acrylic. It's machine wash and dry. Now, we're looking at one of the prints or the marls here. So it's only about 145 yards, as is typical of most yarns. If you work with a solid, you're going to get more yardage, right? A solid might have like 162, something like that. I don't remember the exact yardage on the solids, but it is more. So that's common. But this is in the color Denim Mist, so it's a kind of a marled print. I think it's very, very pretty. I think it's kind of shades of blues and grays and that kind of a thing, right? It's kind of some neat some neat blues there. So I think it's really pretty. And it's for an acrylic. I felt softer acrylics, but at the same time, I felt much, much scratchier acrylics too. Okay. That's just the truth, okay? So this is also 35% off right now. As a thicker number 4, I would probably use, for a knitting needle, I would probably use a US 8 or 9 on this. So your 5.5 millimeter. I think on your crochet hook, I definitely think you could, oh goodness, I think you could use like a 6 millimeter crochet hook on this, a 6.5. It's a pretty thick yarn. It's nice though, and I think it's a good deal. This is 35% off today. I think these are like less than $4 a skein today. It's like $3.84 or something like that, $3.85. It's another one of these deals and steals that I think people are like, you know what? I want these yarns. It's good to have a little Vanish Choice in the house. It's another, because it's also another acrylic like the mandala, right? It's another 100% acrylic machine wash and dry yarn. There's another one that's really great for donation blankets. It's great for baby blankets, right? Both of these are good for baby blankets. So the Vanish Choice has a large color palette. So it's very child friendly, it's kid friendly, it's donations for hospitals, right? That kind of a thing. So that's a really good deal on that today if you want to stock up. If you're somebody who likes to stock up on some of your basic acrylics, right? Like your number 4s, for blankets and stuff. It's a great, great time to get this particular yarn. Okay. So let's talk about Kobu. Kobu is a number 3 DK weight yarn. It is 51% cotton, 49% rayon from bamboo. It's another machine wash. I do believe it's dryable, but I'm not 100% positive on that. The bamboos, some of the bamboos, you don't always want to put in the dryer. Some cottons you don't, but this one is. It's a number 3. It's a nice number 3 again. This is the size of your strands. I just have it in white here. This is really soft. Okay, this is super, super soft. It is one of the yarns that is approved for the knitted knockers if you do those kinds of donations. I would use probably a 4 millimeter, like a 5, 6, 7 knitting needle on this. So a 4 millimeter, 3.75, 4.5, and a crochet hook. I would probably go with that G range, right? Your 4.25, even up to a 5 milli. Again, if you want to do a really nice open drapey shawl, this could be super, super nice for that. So, and again, there's a nice color palette, not as big as the Vanna's Choice. But there's still a nice color palette for this. I think there's still lots of good options for baby blankets, for donation blankets. But this is also a garment, in my opinion. As I said, it's approved for the knitted knockers. Okay, and so it's a pretty soft, wearable, right? Like next to your skin. When I touch it, it's definitely a next to your skin kind of a yarn. Okay, and it's a baby yarn, in my opinion, because it's machine washable, because it's super soft. It's a baby yarn, so I would definitely say you can make baby blankets, you can make baby cardies, you can make baby dresses. I bought this for myself for some type of garment, maybe a shawl, maybe like a beach cover up, like a bathing suit cover up. You guys see me make skirts on here all the time. I would make like a lovely summer top out of this too. It's really, really nice. This is soft. I love the texture of it. I've yet to work with it, but I really love the texture of it. I can just tell you that. It's a scarf yarn, in my opinion, right? It's a next to your skin, rub on your neck and your cheeks kind of a yarn. It's really lovely. So we got that going on sale for you all. Let's talk briefly about these glow yarns, okay? Because the glow yarns are on sale right now. Now, obviously, most of y'all are not going to be able to pick if you shop them on the sale right now, right? They're probably, unless you overnight them, they're not going to get to your house in time for Halloween, okay? So Halloween, by the time you shop at a sale, you're probably not going to have them. But this is the DIY Glow Cozy. It's a number 4 worsted weight yarn. It's a thick 4. It's not as thick as the Vannas, but it's a nice number 4. I would call that a solid number 4. This is 100% polyester. They do say it's machine washable. It is a tube yarn too, okay? So I played with some of this year. No, I ended up not getting anything done with it this year because I had so much else, right? If you're a returning viewer to my channel, you saw the stuff I did for October, and Finish It Friday is gonna be good tomorrow, okay? But I didn't get a chance to do a finished object with this, but I did crochet with it, and I can honestly tell you, as a tube yarn, it does not split, okay? So if you're new to crochet and you struggle with splitting yarns, this is a good one. Now, in my opinion, it's kind of pricey, okay? But it's 30% off right now. It only comes in about 5 colors. This is the white. It's also, in my opinion, I don't buy much of this, and I would say use it sparingly, right? It's pricey. It's still gonna cost you like 5 something a skein, and it's only 70, it's at 30% off. It's still 5 something a skein, and it's only 78 yards. That's it, 78 yards in a skein. So that's not a lot. So, I would still make accessories with it though, right? I mean, even well past Halloween. First of all, you can still definitely do Christmas. Glow-in-the-dark yarn is still fun for Christmas. You could do Christmas ornaments. You could do stars. You could make crochet stars and still hang them up for Christmas decor with the white and the glow-in-the-dark. But kids and me, right? When you say kids would love this yarn, you can also say May would love this yarn, okay? So I love this as a glow-in-the-dark yarn. I'm excited about it, even though Halloween's over. I'm like, oh yeah, I can still have fun with that, right? And as somebody who lives up in Washington State, in an area where the sun sets earlier, right? It gets dark early, it gets dark before 5, it gets dark before 4. It's still really great to have glow in the dark accessories, okay? So it's still cool to have and it does glow, by the way. I played with it in my bathroom, like had it under the light, turned the light off after it sat there for a while, charged it. It does glow, okay? It does. So, but it will lose its charge like anything else. Glow in the dark is going to lose its charge. So if you make stuff with it for the holidays, like Halloween or Christmas, and then you put it in a box for you can't take it out like the day of and expect it to glow. You have to take those items out and charge them, okay? But I would definitely say, so if you live in an area where you have, like 12, 13, 14, 15 hours of darkness in the wintertime, it'd still be pretty cool to have a pair of fingerless gloves, a hat, like a headband at a glow in the dark so the kiddos can wear it, and show up at night when they're walking home, right? A glow in the dark headband, pretty cool. I used to take, as somebody who's legally blind, I've never had a legal driver's license. It'd be very cool to have like a bag or a headband or glow in the dark gloves or something so that I'd really show up for drivers. And Glenda over at Creative Grandma even did her glow tote with this. Now I made the glow tote, but I didn't have glow in the dark yarn, so I substituted it for another cotton. But I could absolutely see where it would be really helpful to have a glow in the dark. If you're grocery shopping after work and it's dark and you're going through the parking lot, super helpful to have a glow in the dark yarn that shows up on you. So I would say it's good for accessories. I don't know if I would put the money into a full garment. Maybe I might. You never know. I mean, who knows? Glow in the dark is pretty fun. Like a glow in the dark vest or something. That might be fun. Just saying, right? And you would show up walking through the parking lot. So that's kind of cool. So this is going to be 30% off through 9 a.m. on October 31st. The other glow yarn that is also on sale is the Glow Chenille. This is also a polyester yarn. Now they call this a number 6 yarn. I have not even played with this yet. Haven't even tried to crochet with it yet. I'm going to be honest, there's only, I think, 3 or 4 colors in this. There's like a gray and a purple. I think this is like the white or something like that. It might not be called white. They might have given it a different name. They might have called it pearl or something like that. But I'm just going to be honest with you. This is not as soft as the other yarn, okay? But it's also 30% off. It's not nearly as soft in my opinion. And it's a chenille yarn, but it's kind of a flat. Like some chenille yarns are like kind of rounded. This is a flat chenille yarn. And in my opinion, so I don't think you could just substitute this, right? If you look at other number 6 super bulky chenille yarns, they can be sometimes interchangeable where you substitute this one for that one. I don't necessarily think that you can substitute this one in for all other number 6 chenille yarns. It's flat. In my opinion, it's not the softest chenille yarn I've ever felt. It's just kind of scratchy. So keep that in mind. It's only 38 yards, so it's pricey. I don't think I would do more than maybe add it as like a feature on another plushie, maybe like antenna or something, on a like a bee or a bug or something. I mean, I guess you could probably do like a glowy ghost or something with it. I mean, I think kids would still like it. I don't know if they'd like the texture because it's a little bit different, but I do think kids could still really have some fun with this. So that is on sale for 30% off. And I think there's just a couple more yarns that I want to talk about that are on sale. And the one of them is one that you just recently saw on my Lion Brand order. And it is the Merino Yak Alpaca. It's a number 4 yarn, and it's kind of like a bougie luxury yarn. This is the color Merlot. It is 70% merino wool. It is 15% alpaca and 15% yak. 124 yards. It's very bougie. It's very luxury. I think a lot of people, it's the hand wash yarn. Okay, this is hand wash. A lot of people are hesitant to buy these yarns because they're expensive and they're luxury yarns. Well, now it is 25% off right now. So it's 6 something a skein. It's under $7. So if you're looking at this and you're like, I really want to try some of this bougie yak alpaca yarn, but I don't want to pay full price for it, this is your chance to get it for 25% off. So maybe this Merlot is gorgeous, and it really is soft. Like, this is scarf yarn. This is very special yarn, right? I would definitely do scarves. I would definitely do shawls, gloves. I don't know about gloves because, not hand wash, but you could make a gorgeous, gorgeous sweater if you wanted like a sweater quantity of this. Bougie luxury yarn, 25% off is a great time to get it, okay? But if you just wanted to get a couple skeins and make yourself a scarf and a hat, also a good time to get it. You're like, I want to try it, I want to feel it, I want to know, right? Before I buy a bunch of it, 25% off. Great time to get it. It really is luxuriously soft. So if you want to spoil yourself and get a sale, now's your chance to try the merino yak alpaca. Okay, and the last yarn that I want to talk about that is on sale is the workhorse, right? It is the Lion Brand Wool is Thick and Quick #6 super bulky yarn. Okay, a lot of people who knit with this, I knit with it a lot, use like a 13, 15, 17 knitting needle, a 9mm at least. You can crochet with this, I would say, with a 10mm with it as well. It's a really nice yarn. It is a machine wash yarn, machine wash, dryable. It's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. Now this skein that I'm holding up is the sparkly one, right? This is the Celebration, so it's 79% acrylic, and it's got the 1% metallicized polyester in the Celebration. And it does come in a lot of solids as well as some marled and some tweeds. We got the black here, and these black, just like what I was talking about with the vannas, right? The Vanna's Choice. Your solids have more yardage, and I can't remember the yardage, but I think your solids, like the black here, are 106 yards, whereas your metallicized ones and your prints are about 92 yards, okay? So keep that in mind when you're looking at projects, right? The yardage might be different, but this is really a workhorse, and it is also 35% off right now. So that's a good deal. If you're somebody who just likes to have Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick, excuse me, I'm sorry, in your stash for blankets, for Christmas, for holidays, for donation, then this is a great time to get it. This, I think, would be amazing for some blankets. Like, you can bang out some blankets with this stuff super, super fast. Also with the sparklies, I have it in the black, which is just great for like clothing and sweaters and stuff. I have it in the sparkly. I also have it in this color called Constellation, which is like, I think it's a dark blue with sparkle. Look at that. How fun is that? Yeah. So, as you can tell, I love the Celebration. Most of the stuff that I have here is made with this Celebration. I use it. I don't like to not have enough of it in the house for a project. You've seen the Christmas stocking that we crocheted together for Christmas in July, right? This is a free pattern at Lion Brand Yarn for this Christmas stocking. And the Celebration, now the red that I use on this is called Cabernet. They did discontinue this. I mean, really, Lion Brand, you discontinued a gorgeous red and sparkly yarn, but they do have it in a cranberry, another beautiful, beautiful dark red. It just doesn't have the sparkle, okay? But you can still make really beautiful, really fun, free pattern, right? Christmas stocking from Lion Brand, Santa hats, any of that. And then, right, like this is, you've seen it on my channel, right? This is I did it on a Finish It Friday. This is the whiter shade of pale Carco, free pattern from Lion Brand. I made this in like 4 days or something. This truly is fast, fun, and easy. You can, free pattern, you can bang it out. And this is literally double crochet, chain one, double crochet the entire coat except for the ribbing, right? Except for this ribbing, which, does take me a while. It does. But this is a really, really beautiful project that I chose to use the Celebration. You wouldn't have to go glitter if you don't want to. You don't have to do the glitter. But I chose to, and I love it, and I love that they make this a free pattern, okay? And then this is just a shell scarf, another free pattern off their website with this particular yarn. You can bang this baby out in a day for yourself or for somebody else and make a great gift. It's very fun, it's very fast and easy. In my opinion, it's very, very beginner friendly. If you can just, like double crochet, chain, do some shells, you can get this scarf. You can get this scarf done. So that is super, super nice. I got just a few more little, I designed this fun scarf. This is also another Cabernet discontinued, but you can, like, this knit scarf only took me a couple days in the lace. It's a vine lace scarf, so definitely look at how beautiful this yarn is, right? This is beautiful yarn. And you can get gifts done, like with the holidays coming up, right? Whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever that you're celebrating. If you need quick gifts, okay, then this is definitely, you can get out scarves within a matter of a couple days. You can get scarves done to give out as gifts. I think you can make blankets, really big blankets, really quickly too. Just keep in mind that because this does have, even though it's machine washable, right? 20% wool, so some charities will not take animal fibers like the Boggy Creek. They don't want wool. Some kids have wool allergies, okay? So keep that in mind, but this is still definitely a workhorse. And I've even made a knit, look at this knit cardie. I made this beautiful knit. I did not design this. This came out of a book, but a Twinkle Knits design book. But this is a beautiful, now she of course used her yarn, right? Her Twinkle yarn. So by all means, use her Twinkle yarn, but it is a number 6 super bulky. I'm just saying, right? So if you got lion brand wool, ease, thick and quick in the house with some sparkle and you want yours to have some bling, you can substitute yarns, okay? And this is just like a simple top down with, I think it's horseshoe lace on it. So, beautiful, beautiful cardie. Super, super nice. I've worn this around the house. It's squishy, it's warm, it's comfy. Now, I did make mine longer than hers in the book too, right? Hers was like shorter sleeved. I made mine a little bit longer. But definitely you can play with this yarn, right? As a super bulky, there's definitely other patterns that you can substitute it for. And then, like I said, they have the cover story is on sale too as well. Let's see, let's get out of this. They have the cotton hemp is on sale. I really like kind of interested in the cotton hemp. They have a bunch of kits on sale. I didn't even go through all the kits, okay? I just didn't. But there's a bunch of different Vanna's Choice, Woolies Thick and Quick, Hometown Yarns on sale. The Cotton Bamboo is on sale, and a bunch of kits too. So if you're looking for a good sale, I would say if you have the time, if you make this sale, it's a really, really good deal. But I want to hear from you as my viewers. Are you interested in flash sale videos, or should I have just stuck with, I had a cooking video scheduled for today, and the reality is some of you are only here for yarn. And I know that, okay? I do know that. And you're like not at all interested in how visually impaired people cook. And so I really struggled. I'm like, do I replace that cooking video with a yarn sale video, right? A flash sale video? Do you like flash sale videos? Or are you like, yeah, I'm on it, thank you, I had missed it? Because some of you already signed up for the email and you saw the same email that I didn't, like I already know about it, right? But some of you, like I said, you're working, you're busy, you didn't check your email, but you might sit down to craft and look for some YouTube company, and that's where you might learn about the sale. So I want to hear from you, my viewers. If are flash sale videos useful to you or not? I save a lot of money, okay? I got yarn unboxings coming up from Webs, and they're all from flash sales. They're all yarn that I got anywhere from 20 to 50% off, okay? But they're like 1, 2, 3 day sales. And so I love saving money that way because everything's expensive, right? And I want to help you get the deals and the steals. But at the same time, right, I mean, if you miss it. Now, as somebody who loves yarn, even if somebody says, hey, I got this yarn on sale, it's not on sale now, I still love to look at yarn, right? I can still listen to yarn videos. I can still like look at a beautiful cardigan and say, ooh, I want to make that, right? Let me watch the sale, right? Let me think about next time to get it. So for some people, it's going to be fine to watch this after the sale because you just like to look at yarn. You like to look at other people's yarn. You like to see the colors. You like to see their opinions about it, their thoughts. I love Woolies Thick and Quick. I do. I like to have it in the house. So it's great quick gifts. So let me know your thoughts on that, on this type of video. I can't decide if they're a waste of time for me or not because I know some people will click off immediately once they learn the sale's over, right? So do I waste my time by the time I get the email? Then I go through my yarn stash, I gather the yarn. I have to double check like 3 times, make sure I've got the yarns that are on sale, right? The colors. It takes me a while to go through my boxes. Is it worth it for me to do that or not? So I want to hear from you because I like to make YouTube videos. I love talking about yarn, right? But it's about you too. You're my audience. I wouldn't be here if nobody was watching, right? So I want to make content that is interesting and that is useful and that is helpful to you, my viewer, too. So, alrighty, my friends. Well, thank you so much for listening. Let me know. Did you shop the flash sale? Are you like, nope, I missed it? Or put it on your list for future purchases and future sales. Well, thank you so much for listening. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye for now.